Alright you lot, welcome back. I'm Scotty McG, your grumpy gaming strategist with a PhD in why the hell are we even talking about this? But since you're here, let's dive into today's mess. You've probably seen it, another article spewing doom and gloom about XDefiant. Game's on its last legs, it's dying. Yeah, I heard it all before. But here's the thing, printing stories like this, it's equivalent of walking up to a bonfire with a petrol can and a smug grin. This isn't just speculation, it's actively harming chances at game turning around. Devs could lose their jobs, and all cause a few suits didn't like player numbers. But of course that don't matter when it's all about clicks, right? But before we get stuck in proper, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks, it helps channel grow. Not that I care much, but algorithms watching. Let's get into it. Right, let's get into meter it. Tom Henderson, man with scoop. So apparently Ubisoft's XDefiant is on borrowed time, cause player numbers are dropping faster than a noob in hardcore mode. Now I get it, bad numbers, corporate panic, layoffs on horizon. It's a real mess. But here's kicker. Why the hell would you even publish that? This isn't journalism, this is a slow motion hit job on a game that's still trying to find its legs. Devs have been busting their asses to fix the game. Suddenly they could find themselves out of a job because someone had to chase that clickbait. And of course all gamers who might have tried XDefiant are now thinking, why bother? It's dead anyway. So congratulations lads. You've not only scared away players, but also handed Ubisoft perfect excuse to actually pull plug entirely. And fire all devs. Brilliant move. Look, I'm not saying XDefiant doesn't have issues, it's buggy, content's a bit thin, we've all seen it. But printing crap like this only makes things worse. Few headlines and poof! Game's future gets flushed faster than your dignity after a failed wall run. But hey, Tom got his clicks, right? And Ubisoft's just another faceless corporation, so who cares about a few devs getting sacked, right? Corporate suits will be fine. It's people actually working on game who'll pay a price. Seriously, Tom, mate, next time, maybe think before you hit publish. Now let's break this down, shall we? Because here's the thing, had you lot actually read article instead of jumping to conclusions like you were speedrunning a clickbait competition, you'd see something important. Tom Henderson's masterpiece doesn't even say XDefiant's getting shut down. No, my friend. It says, and I quote, XDefiant risks losing its much needed post-launch support. So all sky is falling types out there screaming, it's dead, game's dead. Settle down, grab a cuppa. What it actually says is that while we might not see updates, patches or content, game will still be playable. Like EA's Anthem, which last time I checked is still alive and kicking without updates. It's like a zombie that just refuses to die. And who doesn't love a good zombie game, eh? But oh no, no more content drops. What will we do? How will we survive without new skins or maps? I guess we could, I don't know, actually play the game for fun? Radical idea, I know. Maybe we should help fix it rather than throwing our toys out of pram because a few updates are delayed. This is where a real problem lies. Articles like this don't just report state of things, they fuel fire. Suddenly gamers who are curious about trying XDefiant now think, well, I don't want to waste my time on a dead game. And what does that do? Kills any chance at game turning round. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, mate. And yeah, Ubisoft's leadership hasn't exactly been stellar, but how do you expect devs to turn this around when you've got headlines telling players to jump ship before it sinks? It's like watching someone pull life jacket off a swimmer and then complaining when they drown. Genius. So now let's talk about what gamers actually can do. Because here's harsh truth. If you want XDefiant to improve, you need to get off your high horse and stop shouting fix netcode into the void. Recording your gameplay might not sound revolutionary, but it's a start. PC gamers, you've got it easy. Just hit record on any screen cap software like OBS and capture those issues. Console folks, use those built-in clip features. What you gotta do is give real, actionable feedback. Think about it. Fixed netcode is about as useful as telling chef to make it taste better. No context, no help. If you're having issues, provide specifics. Which platform you're on, time zone, time of day, what you're doing, what happened. Detail people, detail. That's how live service games work. Got issues with registration? Maybe it's your hardware or internet connection. I don't have netcode issues here in UK, but I've got mates across pond who don't have a problem either. So it's not always location, could be a million different things. So let's not pretend it's all on devs. And for record, moaning about how COD is better just shows you missed point. COD's got a massive dev team and a budget that makes XDefiant look like spare change. XDefiant's team is small, underfunded, and working their asses off. They need your feedback to actually make things better, not just more whining. Look, if you really want to see games succeed, help devs by giving them constructive feedback. Not vague complaints, not empty rants, actual useful information. If you care about a game, act like it. And hey, if you want to argue about how it's better to support a game with a hefty price tag and microtransactions over a free one, that's your call. But remember, showing a bit of compassion might just be a thing that saves a game and a few jobs along the way. Let's get real for a moment. Why should you, the average gamer, give a toss about saving XDefiant or supporting a game from a publisher you might not even like? Well, here's why. Think about people behind game, developers who are busting their asses to make XDefiant better. These aren't faceless corporate drones. These are folks who put the blood, sweat and tears into the work. They're facing layoffs, not because they're bad at their jobs, but because corporate suits are making decisions based on headlines and player numbers. Look, I know Ubisoft ain't everyone's favourite publisher. They've had their share of missteps, and yeah, they're often as clueless as cat in a dog show. But remember, devs working on XDefiant are part of the same industry we all love. If we can help them out, we're not just saving a game, we're helping real people keep their jobs. And let's not kid ourselves. Every time we dismiss a game or ignore devs cause some bad press, we're contributing to a toxic cycle of short-term headlines of a long-term quality. Remember, games are not just products. They're crafted by people who deserve a shot at fixing the mistakes and making something great. So if you're a fan of gaming or just someone who appreciates effort that goes into making these games, think about this. Every game that gets axed because of bad press is a step closer to fewer innovative games, fewer new ideas, more cookie-cutter titles from big players. Spotting XDefiant, flaws and all, is a way to fight against that. It's about standing up for underdog and giving them a chance to prove themselves. And for all COD fanboys out there, don't act like you're immune. Remember, you're paying top dollar for a game that's also got its fair share of problems. If you can support that, surely you can give a bit of leeway to a free game trying to find its feet, yeah? Let's not just sit on our asses complaining, let's be part of the solution. Help devs, provide useful feedback, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see a game turn around instead of getting buried under weight of negativity. Smash that like button, hit subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts and gaming stories. Who knows, I might just feature them on channel. Let's face it, not every day you get to help save a game and maybe a few jobs along the way. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.